Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the final series of the night of Master Coliseum 8, Group C, day number 1. We just wrapped up with Lancer's matches. Again, Lancer popped off against... Oh, he was able to pop... Where is GuMiho? Oh my god, he's like in a... What's happening? There's like a pristine fireplace behind him. The fire, it's popping off. GuMiho, calm down. Princeton. In more ways than one. But Lancer was able to pop off earlier against Maru, was able to bring him down and cause a massive upset. Did fall at the hands of herO, but now we have the finale. We have really the creme de la creme. We have the highlight match of the night, GuMiho versus herO. Let's go. The two powerhouses are going to be facing off, and we're jumping into game number 1. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have our reigning Home Story Cup champion, GuMiho. And in the top right, we have as opponent, we have herO for Weibo Gaming. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. Get your gamba going. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Will it go the way of GuMiho? Will it go the way of herO? I do not envy you. In the previous matchups, there were more heavy favorites. Here, I do think this could go either way. Personally, I would love to see an ace match. I would love to see a game 3 between these two players, as there is a good chance that both of these two make it out of the group. But we'll see. We shall see. Again, shout out to GuMiho as well for finding the time during his vacation. Of course, everyone, Feliz Navidad, happy holidays, and Merry Christmas, of course. We do celebrate it. Clearly, GuMiho does, as he is in his winter cabin. He has erected his tree. He has lit the fire, lit the flames behind him, and he's ready to mech it up. Oh, God, not like this. Let's go. He's powering up and looking to go Super Saiyan. Likewise, herO, he was merely warming up. He was training, of course. He was able to take down Lancer in that PvP, and now he can thrive in this PvT. For the time being, double gas. A double gas opener out of GuMiho, going for a faster factory. So racks into a factory into a delayed CC. From the side of herO, we're going for a gate cyber expand standard opener out of herO, and again a more tech heavy opener out of GuMiho. Now this more tech heavy opener, this can lead into Reactor Reaper Hellion, this can lead into a Widowmine drop, this can lead into early Banshee, this can lead into early Tank, early Cyclone. A lot of options here. And again, welcome everyone to the latest patch of SC2, and we actually have seen GuMiho go mech against Protoss from time to time. It is not his go-to by any means, and it is not meta by any means either, but GuMiho, he's not a very standard player. He's very unorthodox. He is willing to spice things up time and time again, and we might even see a glimpse of his power, of his mech, at some point in this series. Meanwhile, as we're settling in, yeah, papi, got big shout to iStan in the chat. Oh my god, papi, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Thank you so much for the 2-year subscription. 24 months, 2 years of support. Quack, papi, quack. Thank you so much for the support, iStan. We do really appreciate it. Gracias, thank you so much. It's thanks to all the support that we get from the chat and from you as well, iStan, for 2 years. For 2 years, that we're able to, again, host events, cast as often as we do. Thank you. Quack. Yeah. As from here, we are going to be settling in. Now, we did speak earlier about the initial double gas opener into the factory. It looks like early Cyclone production out of GuMiho, but I imagine it's just going to be a safety Cyclone. 2 more racks have been thrown down. This looks like the beginning of a 2-base all-in. What I'm referring to here is that this is a 2nd and 3rd racks before Starport. Again, big delay on the starport means big delay on metamax, which means a prioritization of tank production, marine production, and upgrades as well. So this looks like a really strong move out here, or at least a really strong 2-base timing out of GuMiho. Again, he could pull the boys with this and turn this into an all-in. We'll keep an eye on the Terran player. From the side of herO, Twilight Council. So gate, cyber, expand into Twilight Council, into Blink. Adepts, the first adept does get shut down. We can see herO trying to catch out the army. Well, the block on is brutal. But last Stalkers, they do fight back. Ooh, 1 Stalker goes out. The range, Jesus. The range of the Cyclone is brutal. 1 Stalker does fall, but herO, he should be able to force his back, and he should be able to hold on. Not losing too much. 2 years of puns. Too many, papi. Oh, no. How have we survived this long, papi? How have we done it? It's crazy. is insane. Creme de la creme. Ah, yes, yes, exactly. Oh, the creme de la creme. Shout out to SteamOld, by the way, for his intros. I feel like we need to remind everyone about the intros soon. Looking at you, Yaku. We'll get there. And so now it is going to be the Bay follow-up, so it's going to be Blink into the Bay into Colossal production. GuMiho is still building up. He's waiting for his upgrades. What are we waiting for? Waiting for Stim, Combat Shields, for those upgrades to wrap up before GuMiho can commit across the map. And again, we'll see if GuMiho pulls the boys. He could do so. Could just pull the boys and send it across the map. We'll see. I indeed have no idea how you mentally survived, but I appreciate it. It's true. SteamOld, any kind of mental that we had left, it was gone long ago, Pappy. It was and there we go. He does pull the boys, as I did mention. 2 base all in. 2 base all in out of GuMiho. herO goes for the backstab, though. He does cripple the natural, pushing into the main, catching reinforcements. Can he deny Stim? No shot. Boys are being pulled. Stim should be saved. But because of this counterattack, is there anything at home to defend for herO? He has a shield battery on the high ground. Immortal as well. Tanks, they're gaining ground. Forced to recall. Does herO have enough to hold on? The shield battery is going to fall. That's Zartos' pylon. That pylon is keeping the backup shield battery powered. Robo does actually stay powered, though. Going for a massive dive. Boys are being pulled. Stalkers are going down. And GuMiho looks like he may have just done it. Yeah, he's breaking through. Second Immortal's on the way. Again, he did not depower that Robo. Just barely did not. Dives on the tanks, doesn't get the tank. Tank survives. Oh, and these are brutal trades. 20 workers go down. In the end, herO, he will hold, he will survive, but at a cost. At a cost of 20 workers. As the dust settles, GuMiho does maintain a worker lead. Starport's now on the way. This tells us that GuMiho is thinking further ahead. And, yep, eBay into upgrades, into a third CC. Looks like GuMiho, he's accepted the fact that he cannot break herO, and we're getting into a macro game. Now, as herO stabilizes, he's working towards Colossal production. I do favor herO here. Do favor him quite a bit. He does have map control, and herO can now expand, take a third base, and take up. Trained but derailed. Este Eistan. No. 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 Shaking my head. As herO again, he's getting map control. He's going to be able to move out with the first Colossus, able to make sure that GuMiho cannot actually really move out or even expand. He's contained on 2 bases. I'm a little bit surprised to see that herO has not expanded, though. He could take a third, but for now he's just focusing on just building up his army. Still a very tense situation. Very nice force fields. Yeah, the Marines, they just get annihilated. Tanks, the first one is going to go down. 1 tank for 1 Immortal, though. Not the cleanest trade from herO. Uh-oh. Not the cleanest trade. As GuMiho, he's going to commit. Double drop on the left-hand side. Still no expansion. Like, again, this third base is so late for herO. I feel like we should have had it long ago. It's just now going to be thrown down, but again, it's heavily delayed. GuMiho, you can just go for the denial with that drop. Speaking of, herO getting into the mineral line. Does slip in. herO going to be zoning him away. At the same time, there's that double drop, sorry, that singular drop across the map. Last, the expansion will survive. But at least GuMiho is aware of the timing. Here we go. Stalkers, they do slip in towards that main. Getting another 3 SCV kills, not bad. Getting another 3 workers. GuMiho trying to go for his own drop here towards the main. Dark Shrine on the way for herO. Likewise, there we go. herO just now trying to establish that third CC on the way for GuMiho as well. We're calming things down. We're expanding. We're finally expanding. We're finally embracing the economy. I see Sakura asking in the chat, I'm assuming orange number is workers. The yellow number is workers, the orange number is army supply. Assuming that we're looking at the same numbers though, the same colors. But there goes workers, then army supply, then APM. Here he's dipping back in. Diving into the mineral line, gets 2 probes, or 2 SCVs. 2 SCVs going down. herO zoned out of the main. GuMiho trying to catch out of the prism. The prism! No! Oh my god! And here he does overextend. The prism does go down. Massive pick off the war prism and 4 stalkers. With that, GuMiho has no backside to worry about. I mean, I'm speaking too soon, as remember that Arc Shrine is done and DTs are waddling across the map, but GuMiho is unaware. He should be feeling quite safe, especially after bringing down the War Prism. Dark Templar are waddling in. And we see GuMiho, a bit of a late reaction. DTs one in every single mineral line. The natural, the main base, and the third. So these are going to be going down. Tank does fall here at the third location. Getting a second tank as well. Jesus. There's some brutal pickups here with these Dark Templar. Oh god, as they just keep going. 17 SCVs going down. Where are the scans? As we should be seeing a scan here at the natural. There we go. First scan has right. There's a second scan in the main. But those Dark Templar, they got so much damage over time. 17 SCVs. And the tank. And with that herO, he has a little more freedom. Just taking a 4th expansion. DT harass continues from the side of herO. Of course it does. Dark Templar once again waddling in. Now GuMiho still maintains that army lead, but it's going to be forced back. DTs, they hit the mineral line. There is a turret in position. And this time there is that turret. Likewise, GuMiho, he hits top left. Going for the expansion. At the same time, pushing towards the natural. How about herO? He's in position. He's ready for this. Yeah, very impressive positional play here out of herO. Defense is 4th. Ooh, takes down a full medevac. Full medevac goes down. DT's engaging with the main army. Nice Tim. You're trying to keep up. Just going to be committing across the map instead. And we'll see if GuMiho commits to the base trade. It looks like he will. Yeah, the boys are being pulled. Third base is going to be no more. At the same time, GuMiho pushing into the natural, pushing towards the main. Getting into the mineral lines. But this may just take too long. GuMiho forced to lift. He takes to the skies. He gets the hell out of there. Back is beating out a lot of workers. A lot of SEs and a lot of probes have gone down. And GuMiho is still looking strong, pushing into the main. I mean, the army is overstimmed, true. It is overstimmed. A couple of Colossus wipes is all it takes. The Colossus itself is that much more vulnerable. And there we go, does turn the tables. First Colossus goes down, massive pickup. As GuMiho is forced out of the main base, forced to pick up, evacuates with most of his army. And did well for himself. For the most part, GuMiho is down in workers. He's still stuck on 2 bases. Desperately needs that 3rd. Meanwhile, herO, he double expanded, so he's got a 5th. But GuMiho, he does dive in. Taking down the Colossi. Takes down the Colossus, pushing in towards the mineral line. That's here he will defend. Does hold. Still a very chaotic game state. GuMiho once again pushing right down mid, going for the production. At the same time, oh, GuMiho, his third CC is denied. So GuMiho does clean up whatever he left behind, going for the pylons. Pylons going down, drop on the left-hand side. herO being pulled apart. Uh-oh. I do favor herO in a head-on fight, but GuMiho is just not giving him that. Yeah, once again, he does load. He does try to punish out those stalkers. Yeah, we'll boost the wave. Thankfully, an empty medevac. Yeah. The medevac went down. 24 probes falling. herO down to 22 workers remaining. Ah, that drop on the left-hand side was brutal. GuMiho is going to try, or I should say herO trying to commit. Running into those reinforcements. One Colossus goes down. And nice pick off herO. Again, the Marauders, they put in a lot of work. At the same time, though, herO comes in first around. Again, still a very close game state. One Colossus, one Immortal, two Sentries. Forcing more defensive warp-ins. Pushing towards the main. GuMiho out of position. Very out of position. Oh. And he's going to evacuate. Lifts up all the buildings. He abandons the main. Oh, herO going for the recall. Recalling a portion of his army. Does recall a portion, does commit air across the map, going for another warp in. And herO, has he done it? Has he finally taken control of the main base of GuMiho? Not quite. The reinforcements, they have arrived. GuMiho, he holds. Barely. Still a very scrappy game state. GuMiho, he has mules. herO does not. Once again, both players are trying to stabilize. Catching another Colossus. Massive pickup. Colossus goes down. I believe here he's down to 0 Colossi. Oh. Yeah, only Zealots, Archons, and Immortals. Not quite. And with that, here he's going to be forced back. He's got a handful of reinforcements coming in. Gets 18 SCVs. Again, it's just such a scrappy game state. Like, the economy is almost non-existent. But here he's up in workers. GuMiho has the more efficient army. Stims in. Can potentially catch out the Immortals as well. Speaking of nice control, Immortals get saved. Immortals there barely saved. I can't say the same for everything else, though. GuMiho, he does break out. Does break out. Immortal drop into the main, but the Immortals are already low. And GuMiho, again, has he done it? He's so close. There is a shield battery. Robo goes down. herO dropping at the third. GuMiho, he wants that second Immortal. It's so close to falling. A couple more volleys. There we go. Does get it. Boys are pulled, but what are they saving? Nice kiting. GuMiho just out-trading all these workers. And it looks like GuMiho, I mean, it's still very close. But here just doesn't really have much of a standing army. There we go. The Immortals, they finally go down. There's one Immortal left. You can see GuMiho making 7 Marines at a time. Man with guns, it's all you need. It's all you need. They sound 16 probes. Again, this went down to the wire. Even herO just smiling towards the end. GG gets called, and GuMiho takes a lead in the series. GG. A very intense game number one. Again, very scrappy, very back and forth. It was just a very uneasy game is what I will say. Where there were certain advantages for one player, then the other, and it was just, yeah, it came down to the wire in the end. Alas, for the most part, GuMiho was able to cripple the production of herO, the production and the economy, and he was able to just pick off these high-tech units. herO was unable to stabilize, and with that, we're now getting ready for game number 2. GuMiho needs one win here to claim the series. herO has to fight back here and now to force the ace match. Here we go. As the players are setting up. And game 2 is going to be on Frostline. We have Frostline as game 2 and Amygdala as the potential game 3. Medevac good units. Yeah, it's pretty good. Does have a lot of value as a unit. Important that GuMiho was able to preserve his Medevacs over time, to go for drop play, to support his army, of course. Infinite value, not quite infinite. Very much so NG based, but a lot of value nonetheless is true. Yeah, just watch yourself. Watch yourself with the crying in the chat. I can see the attempt. As here we go, we're getting into game number 2. And again, I'm hoping for an ace match, but here we go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the reigning home Star Cup champion, GuMiho. In the bottom left, we have his opponent. We have herO for Weibo Gaming. And again, regardless of the outcome of this series, I would love to see an ace match. I would love to see a game 3, but the pressure is on herO. Pressure is on. Bro, can GuMiho play one TVP without giving me a massive heart attack? The answer is no. But that's why, personally, I always love casting GuMiho. GuMiho, he's a very chaotic player. I mean, as we just saw, he's very chaotic. Does typically lead into those kind of game states as well. A lot of fun. It is always a treat. So it's a treat to catch me some GuMiho. For the time being, though, we're getting to our openers. This time looks like a more economic start from GuMiho. Ranks expand. Only one gas geyser this time. And it makes sense on a large map like Frostline. Again, Frostline is one of the larger maps in the map pool, so it does lead to these more economic starts. And again, herO confirms. This group draw is like the worst case scenario for GuMiho, so winning this is massive. I don't know if I agree with that. Again, maybe I'm too much on that GuMiho hype train, but like, again, GuMiho, he looks actually really strong in his TVTs. Like, I do favor GuMiho against Maru. I think this is a bit of an unfortunate pairing for Maru, considering, again, just the outcome of those matches. But maybe Maru gets his revenge, right? Like, maybe we have that back and forth between Maru and GuMiho, and maybe he's able to recover and kind of reciprocate what happened at Home Story Cup. That's possible. We don't want to count Maru out, not by any means. And we'll be casting more Maru tomorrow. For those that are curious, tomorrow is going to be Maru versus GuMiho and Maru versus herO. So very high profile matches tomorrow. It's going to be Maru versus these two players here, and I believe Lancer versus GuMiho as well. Those are going to be tomorrow's matches. Was hoping to see some TVZ. True. Unfortunate. No Zerg players here for GuMiho. No Zerg. For now, though, we have our tech of choice. Going to be a Twilight Council opener out of herO. Twilight Council into Blink. GuMiho now getting into his... Okay, getting into his 1-1-1. For a moment, I was like, wait, where's the CC? CC is a part of the wall, thankfully. So GuMiho will soon expand. And likewise here, he has confirmed, he has spotted the opener, is aware of the production. Now landing is natural. For some reason, I was caught off guard because I'm used to seeing CCs on location, but this was a safer setup at a GuMiho, floating it now from the main. And we'll see if herO can delay. He's going to poke in, force the recall. Back at him, 2 more gates. I believe that is going to be a 3-gate blink setup. So 3-gate blink. I'd imagine into a 3rd. You know, GuMiho throwing down 2 more maxes, getting to his own 3-1-1 setup. But this was an earlier starport, and as a result, earlier medevac. GuMiho's already moving out. And here he does miss the move out. He does miss it entirely. Do we have a shield battery on the low ground? Without a shield battery, that's going to be a little bit concerning here, as GuMiho does bypass the main army, going straight for the main. It does go for the unload, is spotted. Here he responds, Adepts shade across the map into the mineral line. SCV's under fire. GuMiho diving in. Oh, Hellion shots so far doing well for themselves. They get 4 probes. 4 probes going down, but last here comes a blink. Oh my god, and the medevac goes down. Massive pick off. Here he shuts down the early aggression. He defends. Now he can expand. I will say that this 3rd base from herO is a little bit late. Another Dark Shrine has been thrown down. So herO is still teching. Is still taking up, but should soon be expanding. Here instead he's going to reinforce. Still no expansion. Building on more stalkers. And here we go. Here he's going to try to commit. He dives in. Goes to the tank. Does eventually focus it down. First tank does fall. Marines going down as well. Where's the bunker? It is just now being filled up. Bit of a late response there from GuMiho. Does fill up the bunker. Tank likewise getting in position. herO dropping into the main. So far GuMiho is somewhat keeping up. Ooh, has to pull the boys. Yeah, the boys are being pulled and GuMiho is being torn apart. SCVs are falling left and right. There's going to be 11 SCV kills. Liberator across the map is getting some damage. But herO getting even more. 15 workers. Can he get the tank? Not quite. Tank survives. Tank does survive. herO pulling away. Now going to be expanding. Again, a bit of a later expansion for herO, but it's on the way. And GuMiho should be trapped here on 2 bases until he does finish up Stim. Speaking of being trapped, GG gets called as DTs. They just keep wreaking havoc and they pull GuMiho apart. And with that, we're going to the ace match. We're going all the way to game 3. GG. It was some brutal damage. I was hoping that GuMiho could maybe try to recover, and I was leaning towards a 2-base all-in. I was leaning towards maybe GuMiho coming in with a 2-base all-in instead, and maybe having a chance there. But unfortunately, he was torn apart by the harassment. When it comes to DTs, when it comes to the Stalkers as well, because the Stalkers are able to reset the tank count, it did mean that GuMiho didn't really have any pushing power anyway. True, and alas, had no scans towards the end either. So very nicely done there by herO, pulling GuMiho apart. And now it all ends on Amygdala. We're getting into the ace match here, and this could end either way. Amygdala is a very unique map. On the one hand, longer resistance by ground, or longer resistance in general, at least until you open up the attack paths. Then it becomes a smaller map and more aggressive map, but early on is, yeah, not really something that we see too much aggression on here. The early game of Amygdala. Again, the map itself is going to be a little bit larger. Likewise, more defendable here on your 4-base setup. Harder to rotate, harder to be the aggressor, but we'll see. We'll see what the plan is going to be. As spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have GuMiho, the reigning champion for Home Story Cup. And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have herO for Weibo Gaming. Let's go. Let us go. We have our TVP. We have our ace match. Eyes are on the openers. When it comes to Amygdala, just like the previous game, I'm not opposed to seeing a Rax expand, single gas, and that's what we're seeing. So GuMiho just going for one, no, never mind. Oh no, yeah, just going for the one gas geyser initially. We'll see if he stays on one gas. For some reason I thought I saw a second gas geyser from the side of GuMiho. It's all good. As here, he's setting up his own expansion. As both players, they should be settling in. There we go, Gateway into Cybercore, into expand from the side of herO. Meanwhile, GuMiho staying on one gas, going Rax expand. Rax into CC on the low ground, I would imagine. Whew, so despite the chaotic start, we should be calming things down here in the ace match, at least initially. There's that CC on the low ground. Here we go. And we'll see where this takes us. We'll see where this does take us here. We have seen herO embrace these Twilight Council openers so far, but on a map like Amygdala, we could be seeing a Stargate instead. Stargate into Oracles, or into Phoenixes. That is viable. We see GuMiho going for his factory. Is building up, likewise scouting for a proxy. And my eyes are going to be on herO here. Ooh, that is a second Rax. So this tells us that this almost looks like a borderline 2-base all-in. We'll see if GuMiho throws down a third Rax before Starport. That is the big tell. That is going to be the tell. We already saw that in Game 1 as well, as a heads up. So we'll keep an eye on the production tab. At the same time, we do have herO going for his own Twilight Council opener. So with that Twilight Council opener here, he can get into Blink, he can throw down or set up into his third. Another Gateway on the way. Oh, and here GuMiho, he does throw down that extra Rax, which tells us that this might just be either committed move out on 2 bases or even the 2-base all-in itself. Go. As add-ons are on the way. herO, he did open up with a Twilight Council. I assumed it was Blink, but that is not the case. herO, he had success with the Invisible Man in the last game, and he's doing it again. Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine before the tech of choice, before the upgrade, before Blink. The pylon is done for the proxy. And if GuMiho, if he does not have enough energy, if he goes to the mule, if he mules at the wrong time, that could just be game then and there. That could just be game. So I'm very concerned here for GuMiho. Hopefully he holds on to that energy. Oh boy. Or at least hopefully he scans the main. Behind this you can see Starport, so Stim is on the way, tank production, marine production, eBay for +1. Again, it does scream 2-base all-in here from the side of GuMiho. Meanwhile, the Dark Shrine is done. GuMiho, he just muled. He just muled the natural. Oh no, there's no energy. At least currently. Thankfully, these are slow warp-ins, so it's going to take a little bit longer for the Dark Templar to be dealt with. Turret's on the way. Let's go. Safety turret for GuMiho just in time. And with that safety turret, I believe GuMiho should be able to defend. Yeah, he's ready for this. He's perfectly safe and sound. Didn't have a scan, but did not need one. That was very close, though. That was very clutch. But the turret is done. Now here comes the Starport. This should be for medevac production to support the army. That's back at home. herO still taking up. Blink is almost done. Into the Forge, into the Robo, to extra gateways. hero's getting there. Likewise, so is GuMiho. Ideally, GuMiho doesn't want to waste a scan on every interaction here. But still no Raven. Still no Raven. GuMiho dropping across. Maybe he gets scouted. Oh yeah, he does get spotted. Keen eyes at a herO. Just one. Likewise, herO steaming on the right, catching out some stalkers. Let's get a couple of them. Likewise, DT gets found. Ooh, does fall. again, GuMiho trying to keep up. So far so good. We're still waiting for that move out from the side of GuMiho, not gonna lie, we've been waiting for it for quite some time. As there is still no third CC. And GuMiho, you may just pull the boys with this. But now saves the tank. The army is followed almost the entire way. GuMiho is aware of Vayman's Bay. Force a scan here defensively against the DT. As tanks are slowly pushing ground, or gaining ground, pushing towards that third. Tanks are getting within range. Behind this, GuMiho, did he pull the boys? He did. Let's go! The boys have been pulled. I believe they're behind the tanks. Unless I'm crazy. Yeah, there they are. The boys, they have arrived. It's all or nothing for GuMiho. Either he ends the game or he dies trying. herO, he does have the first Colossus. Shield batteries, they're buying time. And again, the longer this goes on, the better it is for herO. As herO can afford to lose this expansion. Yeah, so far, mining is going to be denied. The base is going to go down. It's a nice start for GuMiho. But last doesn't need more. Oh, tries to break out. Swipes away at the Marines. Reinforcements getting caught out as well. Tank goes down. Very nice damage. Getting a tank, catching more Marines. Colossus trying to break out. Alas, the concave does turn on herO. He has to back off. Back off across the map. 16 SCV kills. Yeah, GuMiho's economy is crippled. The longer this goes on, the worse it is for him as he's running out of steam. herO supply block though. Ooh, that is a brutal supply block. herO, he gonna warp in. And the robo goes down. Yeah, massive pick off. Robo does go down. As herO, he just keeps going for these counterattacks. Cell run by towards the natural. I mean, they're good. They are getting damage done, but I mean, what if the problem that's here and now in the face of herO? GuMiho pushing in. Zealous wreak havoc once again, trying mining at the natural. It's going to be one base versus, well, it's soon to be two bases here from the side of herO. As he's setting up. And here we go. herO, he tries to break out, collapses on the Marines. And looks like he will take down one tank on the high ground, second tank on the low ground. But the army here is still devastating for GuMiho. The Zealot Runways, they just keep going. They don't stop. They do not keep going. And here we go. herO, I should say. He's aware. He knows that all he has to do is just buy time. So we have a double drop threatening the natural. Threaten. Drop getting across the map. herO getting supply block quite heavily. Sorry, GuMiho is what I'm saying, getting supply block quite heavily. GuMiho is still not making any depots. Still a brutal supply block. As herO now is embracing +2, and GG gets called. Yeah, GuMiho, he runs out of steam. He was completely all in, and the all in failed. He could not kill herO. Doing damage was good, but not good enough. And herO, he takes the series 2-1. Whew, GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. A very intense matchup towards the end there. Very chaotic, very back and forth. I mean, every series was Lancer versus Maru, herO versus Lancer, and GuMiho versus herO as well. So again, just some very intense games were held. And with that, congratulations to herO, and Lancer for claiming their wins in tonight's broadcast. Tomorrow we should be featuring GuMiho versus Maru versus herO, and Lancer versus GuMiho. We have 3 matches. Okay, 3 matches remaining. Oh, my apologies. There we go. We do have 3 matches remaining, and they're going to be held tomorrow. But if you cannot wait 24 hours for our next broadcast, we're going to be back. We're going to be live with, you know what comes next? KSL. The Korean StarCraft League is going to be tomorrow in, what, 13 hours. In 13 hours time, we're going to be live here once again with the Korean StarCraft League. I will try to get some sleep, I will try to get some rest, and hopefully I'm going to be okay and powered up for tomorrow's broadcast. I'll be honest, again, I'm very fatigued after casting a Lima League. It was a big cast. It was like 6 hours. It was like 6 hours of a Lima League. So I'm very fatigued after that. So I wasn't quite able to get any sleep, wasn't quite able to get any rest. But thankfully, we had some short matches here for Master Coliseum. We had some short matches between all the players, really. No kind of big mid-game play whatsoever. But regardless, GG. GG, well played. Oh, again, with that, we'll be back tomorrow with the conclusion of Group C. We'll be back tomorrow, just catching up in the chat. herO was pretty happy with this one. He was very content, very content. And again, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all had a great time. Again, we're going to be back tomorrow in 13 hours time with the KSL, or we'll be back in 24 hours time, or I guess under 24 hours, with day number 2 and the finale of this group. The finale of this group is going to be, again, 3 more matches: Maru versus herO, Maru versus GuMiho, and Lancer versus GuMiho as well. So plenty of amazing matches. Who is Lancer? Lancer has been around since the beginning of time. He's been competing for a very long time, for many years. If you're unfamiliar with Lancer, Lancer did name change like 2 years ago to from Cyan. So if you know the Chinese Protoss player Cyan, he name changed a couple of years ago to Lancer. That also tells me, Papi, that means you haven't been watching WTL. Watch WTL, Papi. Some good games, good matches. Regardless, with that, thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who is live? Who is streaming at the moment? Who can we send everyone over to? Let us find out. Let's see. Coconut streaming Deadlock. Most of the other streamers are casting, of course. Who else? I don't see anyone else live. Don't really see many other people. We'll find someone. We'll find someone to send everyone over to give them some love, give them some support. With that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Korean StarCraft League. See you then. See you then, Papi. See you then. Otherwise, all right, of course, thanks for watching. If you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It's time to follow us on social media. Let's go. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. We do upload VODs on a daily basis on YouTube, so YouTube is the place to be if you want some of that VOD content, some of that VOD action. Let's go. Catch it. Cranky AF today. Very cranky. Very cranky. See you next cast is in 13 hours. KSL. And these are tomorrow's matches. Tomorrow's matches, again, you can see them before us. Maru versus GuMiho first, Lancer versus GuMiho, and herO versus Maru. So we'll see you tomorrow for the conclusion of this group, and we'll also see you in 13 hours for some KSL. Until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Take care, Papi. Take care.